Taylor.
And good morning. It's not that kind of show this morning. This morning it's about making sure people are safe, making sure people have shelter, and making sure we get past this whole ice thing that's been going on. I do have some good news. We're at 31 degrees, which means we're only 1 degree away from being back to freezing, which is the first time that I can say that in almost a week. What was it, Thursday or something was the last time that we could say that? So we're almost back to freezing now. It's 31 degrees. If I look through the future forecast here hourly, and I have some other good news I'm going to share with you in a minute. If you look past at the forecast hourly, by 10:30 this morning, we should be above freezing. Looks like we had the high of 40 today, so it's not exactly what we were hoping for. We were hoping for 46 to 50 at least. It looks like we're not going to get there. Looks like we're going to have a high of around 40, which is still above freezing. Is it enough to melt all the ice? It's probably enough to make the roads better at some point today. Right now, the roads are very slick. We had an ice storm move through last night, and it's still not above freezing. So if that tells you anything, I would stay off the roads. I'm going to read some updates from the city of Kerrville. Kendall County Sheriff's Office has an update, and another update from the city of Kerrville this morning here for you in a minute. So you have that this morning, and we're going just solely off facts this morning to keep people safe. And I know it's tough. I know a lot of us haven't had electricity. I went all day yesterday without electricity, the night before without electricity, and it's tough, especially with it being so cold. Now we're under a water boil order, if I can talk this morning. Now we're under a water boil order, which makes it even tougher. I mean, how do you boil your water without electricity? And the only real advice that I would have for you is that we just wait. We just wait, because this is going to end. We are going to get back to normal, and everything is going to be okay. If you need help, if you have an emergency, the emergency lines are open, and they're doing everything they can to get to people if there is an emergency. I've been listening to the scanner all night long. And they're still, they're out there. They're driving in the ice if they have to rescue people, to help people. So if you have an actual emergency and you need to call 911, they're still out and about helping people. That doesn't mean that we should get on the roads, because it's extremely slick. And if you slide off in a ditch or something, which is very, very likely with the amount of ice that we got last night, if you slide off in a ditch, then they're going to have to come rescue you, which puts their life in danger as well. So let's not do that. Let's just all stay home, wait this out. It's almost over. We're almost to the end of this. The Ingram ISD shelter is back open. This came out from the city of Kerrville this morning. The following shelters are available in Kerr County. If you cannot safely shelter in place, bring water, snacks, medications, blankets, or sleeping bags, and toiletries if you have them. You do not have to bring those items to go. But if you do have them, it would help out a lot. First United Methodist Church, 321 Thompson Drive in Kerrville. Ingram Elementary School, 125 Brave Run in Ingram. And the Salvation Army, that's at 855 Hayes in Kerrville. And if you cannot safely get to a shelter, they ask you to please contact the Kerrville Police Department Dispatch at 830-792-2730. That is 830-792-2730 if you cannot safely travel to a shelter. Kendall County Sheriff's Office put this out last night. This was late last night. This is right before I went to sleep. Deputies are reporting that, as predicted, the wet slush is already freezing, and the added precipitation is immediately freezing, making roadways. It was slick. I mean, I slid all the way up to Sidney Baker last night to get here, and that was before 9 o'clock. I mean, it's slick out there. So,
yeah, it'd be very careful. I just got a question for you though, real quick.
Yeah,
where'd you go this morning?
I mean, where did I go?
Cuddled up, so nice and soft and everything, and I was dreaming. And I looked over, and there you are. I'm in your armpit, man. It's like, oh, come on. But I went back to sleep. I mean, we were road warriors last night. We hunkered down here to be able to get people news. So
got the fam downstairs. All right, so at this time, this is very important, by the way. At this time of the post, IH-10 East and West is being closed and traffic is diverted into Bernie. So they shut down I-10 last night. I do not know if it's still closed. I would imagine it probably is because of the ice. I mean, it's been freezing all night long. We're still below freezing, and the roads are still extremely slick. And they continue to urge everyone to stay home unless it is absolutely necessary. Although many areas seem to show signs of melting yesterday, do not be deceived. As temperatures dropped during the night, those areas may form black ice, which is far more dangerous than driving on the snow.
Yeah, and just because it gets daytime, it does not mean that you can see everything. You cannot, especially when you're driving fast. So just wait till it warms up and start melting. 16 north from I-10 in Kerrville, I-10 north to Fredericksburg. That right now has a lot of areas that are impassable.
Yeah.
And also on Highway 87 from Comfort to Fredericksburg in that area, same way. Though there's a lot of areas that are impassable right now due to the rain and ice. Every
highway should be just you should just designate that as impassable right now because there's ice spread out everywhere. Let's take a look at the radar right now. And here's the radar. Let me change something on here.
Now, again, that was last night. Now, we're supposed to be getting a second wave later on this evening as well. So this is the first one. We got one more supposed to be coming.
It's pretty much moved out of the area for now.
This first wave, correct.
Right.
But look at it. It goes all the way down to Corpus Christi area.
It does, yeah.
Snow and ice on the beach.
So here's Fredericksburg right here.
Yep.
Let me make sure you guys can see this.
If you're being able
here's
to watch the
Fredericksburg right here.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. Here's Fredericksburg right here. And here's Kerrville. So the majority of it, the bulk, has moved out of the area. But as JR was saying, apparently there is still another round coming. Jamie asks, what about, and we can see your comments real time on here. Nice. We're broadcasting on Facebook and on 99.1 Mike FM at the same time. Jamie says, what about 27 from Kerrville to Center Point? I would say designate that as impassable this morning.
Yeah, you know, right now, I mean, I do not know at that moment. That is close to where I live, and I can tell you, did not even risk it or chance it. Kerrville to Center Point, that's just, even though it's a 6-mile stretch, there are still some curves and a few hills. So, you know, just once you get into a ditch, that's it. You're on your own for a while until rescue people can get to you.
The radio station's across the street from the Shell station. And I tried to walk over there last night, and I did walk over there for most of the trip
until I got to the
little embankment that goes up in front of McDonald's, and I ended up having to army crawl up that because my non-slip boots would not make it up that little hill.
So you were bear crawling it.
That's all I had. Yeah. That was my only choice. If I wanted to get some snacks or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what I had to do.
And that was before the storm really hit.
Yeah, that was at like 9:30. That was before all the ice came in last night. So I can only imagine what it's like now. I'm going to walk out and check it out here in a few minutes.
So, but who was that asked that question about 27?
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. I wouldn't even chance it right now, to be honest with you.
Ryan asks, what's the gas situation look like? Well, what we'll do, Ryan, is...
we'll find out, but I'll tell you what, yesterday driving around, and almost every gas station in Kerrville had the bags on it.
Yeah.
The few that did not have the bags on it, let me just tell you, they were hammered yesterday. The little mini mart right there by Whataburger. That one especially, and that's a real small one.
Yeah, they had lines.
Yeah, and the police department, KPD was there. I don't know if it was a ruckus or whatever, but I mean that went way past Whataburger, almost to the light. I mean, and then I don't know at the moment, but I can tell you if trucks didn't get in yesterday, they definitely hadn't come in yet because of the ice that came in. So we'll find out for you.
The best thing to do is just wait it out at the house.
Yeah.
That's really the best thing you can, or go to a shelter if you have to.
Yep.
I mean, if it's so bad at the house you can't do it anymore at your house, then go to the shelter.
Correct. Yep.
And and that number again, if you need to go to the shelter, if you're in Kerrville, and that's for the people that if you can get to a shelter, that's the other thing that sucks about this. That phone number to Kerrville Police Department dispatch is 830-792-2730. There are 3 shelters in Kerr County open. First United Methodist Church at 321 Thompson Drive in Kerrville. Ingram Elementary School at 125 Brave Run in Ingram. and Salvation Army at 855 Hayes in Kerrville. And they ask, but you do not have to bring these things, but they ask if you have them, bring water, snacks, medications, blankets or sleeping bags, and toiletries.
Yeah.
Another thing that's pressing this morning that people are wondering about, because I got up this morning, I went to make a cup of coffee. I don't know if you checked the water pressure yet, JR.
No, is it still on?
There's water, but there's barely any pressure
and
here.
that's because we were letting the water stream last night.
Yeah.
Otherwise it would be frozen solid right now.
Yeah, well, you just a little bit more than a drip, just to make sure the pipes don't
But
freeze.
it's enough to make coffee.
There's enough to make coffee in there, and there's still a full thing in the Keurig.
I have none right now.
But the city is experiencing a strain on the water system. This came out from the city of Kerrville last night. Boil water notice issued. This is from yesterday, last night. The city of Kerrville is experiencing unprecedented strain on the water system due to both high demand from private water line breaks as well as supply side issues from water wells that have not been periodically offline throughout the last 48 hours due to freezing temperatures and ERCOT mandated powers outages. I want to say this: don't just leave your faucet on. Don't do that. Just a little more than a drip, and the reason is because if everybody leaves their faucet on during this thing, we're going to run out of water.
Oh, well, right. But
we need to preserve as much water as we can, but also we got to make sure the pipes don't freeze.
Correct.
At the same time,
and that's where you open up your cabinets and stuff. If you have power and heat, open up your cabinets, and then that way it'll warm up your pipes just as fast or just as easily.
Back to the city of Kerrville release last night. The city understands that many areas around the community are experiencing low water pressure. Unless your property is completely without water service, please do not contact the call center or emergency dispatch. Water pressure will be enhanced as the system is able to re-equalize as power is restored and properties with water breaks are turned off. If you are experiencing a water line break, please turn your system off on the private side of the meter. So, and it can happen. If you experience a break, they're not able to go out and shut that off for you. You got to do it yourself. It's on the private side of the meter is where you do that. Also, due to the icy road conditions and system prioritization, city staff are unable to turn your system off for you. In addition, the city asks the citizens help conserve water where possible to ease further strain on the system. Please maintain water use for essential activities only and wait for warmer temperatures before resuming non-essential use. In addition, due to the freezing temperatures, the city is predominantly utilizing groundwater wells. As several water storage tanks have emptied over the day and some water main breaks have occurred, the system pressure loss has triggered a TCEQ boil water notice for water that is utilized for human consumption. So if you plan on drinking that water, it needs to be boiled first, is what this is saying. This does not apply to water utilized for bathing, washing dishes, etc., and this notice will remain in effect until rescinded by the city of Kerrville. So it is in effect right now. The city continues to recommend that properties maintain a slow drip from all faucets to help prevent broken private water lines while freezing temperatures continue to be forecast over the next several days. That was from last night. So this is some more information. I know this is sorry if this is boring, but this is what we do. We're here to serve our community first and foremost.
Calling around last night to all the hotels were booked, but a lot of them did not have water at all. So I mean, that's just telling you how serious this is right now when it comes to the water.
Yeah. Some of the hotels, not all
hotels.
Yeah.
Some of the hotels. Thank you for clarifying that.
Due to reduced pressure below 20 psi in the city of Kerrville's water system, ID number, I'm not going to read that. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality has required the city of Kerrville's public water system to notify all customers to boil their water prior to consumption. Washing hands, face, brushing teeth, drinking, etc. Children, seniors, and persons with weakened immune systems are particularly vulnerable to harmful bacteria, and all customers should follow these directions. To ensure destruction of all harmful bacteria and other microbes, water for drinking, cooking, and ice making should be boiled and cooled prior to use for drinking water or human consumption purposes. The water should be brought to a vigorous rolling boil and then boiled for 2 minutes. In lieu of boiling, individuals may purchase bottled water or obtain water from some other suitable source for drinking water or human consumption purposes. And when it is no longer necessary to boil the water, the public water system officials will notify customers that the water is safe for drinking water for human consumption purposes. Once the boil water notice is no longer in effect, the public water system will issue a notice to customers that rescinds the boil water notice in a manner similar to this notice. So please share this information with all the other people who drink this water, especially those who may not have received this notice directly. For example, people in apartments, nursing homes, schools, and businesses. And you can do this by posting this notice in a public place or distributing copies by hand or mail. And if you have any questions about this, you can contact the City of Kerrville at 1-800-258-5910. That is 1-800-258-5910 or 830-257-8000. So,
and that's just Kerrville, you know.
Yeah, that's Kerrville.
Yeah. We don't know about Bernie yet.
What's the Aqua Water?
Aqua Texas.
Aqua Texas. They're under a boil order as well. So if you have Aqua Texas, you're under a boil order. And we do not know about the other water companies.
No.
So hopefully your water is working great and
just be safe and just do it anyway.
Yeah,
you know,
it's always better in a situation like this. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Toby says everything is ice right now. Even the snow from yesterday is ice now. It's terrible out there. And he's right. It's bad out there this morning. If you guys have any questions or anything, we'll do our best to answer you. We're posted up here as pretty much your radio communication station.
Mm-hmm.
We're here with you and for you.
And praying for you.
Yeah, and if there's anything we can do for you, we'll do our damnedest to do it.
And I can't wait to see Toby's pictures, man. He posts some awesome pictures.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out Toby Appleton's Facebook page, you should do that because he has. Did you see the picture of the deer?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna. Now his Facebook's gonna explode.
Yeah, no. So you should have the deer were fighting in his yard.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to. I don't know how else to say that.
We're locked. Let's put it that way.
But here's the deal: we are the Texas Hill Country.
Yep.
We are strong people.
Yep.
And we're going to make it through this, just like we make it through everything else.
Yep.
That's the bottom line. That's what we're going to do here.
That's right.
We're going to make it through, and we probably won't be laughing about this for a while because it's been a pretty rough couple days in the Texas Hill Country.
Yeah, it has. I've had to laugh because that's the only way I can to get through it right now. I mean, it's like, why complain? You just got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. What embrace the suck?
Yeah.
Is that a term,
Pretty
Toby?
much, yeah.
Is that an Army term?
Something like that.
Yeah, embrace the suck. But it's going to get better. It's going to be over. Let's take a look real quick at so we're looking at around 40 and cloudy today. Tonight we're looking at I'm just looking at AccuWeather here. This is where I'm getting my weather information. Dr. Doppler, he's out in the cold right now.
I saw his pictures last night, man. Crazy.
So tonight we're looking at another freeze tonight, and we're looking at some more freezing rain overnight tonight.
Yeah, and
with a low of around 22. So we're not getting down to 6 or 7 degrees.
No.
So that's a silver lining.
But around 9, what is that? 9 and
9 and 10 p.m. we're getting down to around 22
with snow. Mm-hmm.
And then
that should be about it. We'll be back up to the Texas winter weather.
Yeah. And I was a couple of weeks ago. I was like, man, we've had a really good winter so far.
Yeah.
Friday morning we're looking at down in the teens again, and then we're looking at 43 for the high Friday, is what we're looking at. So we got a couple more days of getting through this.
Yep.
And you know how we are. You know how the hill country is. We've been through some things.
Yep.
In the past, we all went through coronavirus last year, and we're still going through that.
Yeah.
And the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
And what did we do? We got together and we made it through this as a community.
We did.
And we're going to do the same with this ice storm. So just pray and do the things that they're telling you to do. That's very important. When your power is on, conserve as much energy as you can. Let's check out the latest from KPub.
Yeah, do
see
that.
Where,
and then
see
be
where
sure to
KPub
check
is
on
at.
the elderly as well.
Yeah, check on your elderly neighbors. Make sure that they're okay.
Right now, Bandera Electric has 70% of Kerr County is outage. 74% of Medina County is out. 16%, almost 17% of Bandera County is out. So right now, about 38,000 people of Bandera Electric, if your Bandera Electric is out. SeaTech is about the I hadn't checked that yet, but I can check C-Tech here. That's including Fredericksburg and areas Harper, Ingram.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the outage map here in Kerrville, and right now 29% of people in Kerrville are without power.
That's better than yesterday.
That's much better than yesterday. Yesterday at this time, we were looking at around 70% of people were without power. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys to show you this map. This is very important for you guys to see this morning. And I just got to figure out how to do this real quick.
You're okay.
We're broadcasting live on the Mike FM Facebook page if you're listening on the radio. So if you want to see the video, you can go to the Mike FM Facebook page. Please share this video out so your neighbors can see this, so they can be updated as well.
Especially if they're elderly, check on them, make sure they're okay. Extra blankies if you need to. And while you're doing that, I'm going to look up Bandera Electric and C-Tech.
It's not that one. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to find this.
You're a techie. You can do it. I got faith in you.
There it is. All right, so here's the map. Here's the outage map for Kerrville right now. So the red, and there's not a whole lot of information. Where these red dots are, this is where it shows people out at. So where this red dot is, let's see where this area is. This area is Goat Creek Cutoff Road.
And that's the power stations there. I believe that's what that means.
Okay.
The power stations and stuff. So anybody that's on that particular power station will be out.
So there are around 563 people out of power around Goat Creek Road and Junction Highway area, just before you get to Ingram. There are, in this area, Holdsworth Drive and Harper Road, there are 5,127 people out without power right now. In this area. So the whole Harper Road substation, it looks like that is down this morning at this time. I don't know what this is. One outage. And then over here towards Center Point, there's 1,112 people. This substation is north of Center Point, and it shows you the area where people are out of power. So it looks like down around FM 480 over to FM 1350, down Ranch Road and down Elm Pass Road. Those customers are out as well. And then the whole area here, all downtown Kerrville, it looks like is without 6,800 people.
Yeah.
So a lot of people without electricity this morning.
Now, if you want, you can try to show Bandera Electric. I do have them up. That has now been updated.
Okay.
Now Kerr County is 13% is out of power if you are on Bandera Electric. Kendall County, Bernie area, Pipe Creek. That's not Pipe Creek. That's Bernie area. That's 17.
Is that Pedernales, or is that Central Texas?
No, this is Bandera Electric.
Okay, Bandera Electric. Yeah. Okay.
So 17%, which is 1,800 people, and then Bandera County right now is at 11% power outage. So.
All right, I'm going to show you this. A lot of people without power this morning. Karen says the things we take for granted. That is absolutely right, Karen. Jerry says thanks for the information. Our pleasure. This is what we're here for. Yeah. To help communicate and get the word out when things like this happen. This is what local radio is here first and foremost for.
Correct.
To be here for our community when something like this happens, and it's very important that you guys have the right information. And that's what we're doing right now is we're trying to get that right information out to you. Here's where Bandera Electric's map is. And let me move this over so you guys can see this.
And I'm not sure the purple and everything. I know you have a better map than I have. That's awesome.
Yeah. So Bandera County, there are 1,798 people without power. It looks like that's in... Looks like it's kind of spread out through Bandera
spread
County.
Out there, especially around 173. Not sure. Trying to look around there.
11% of people are without power in Bandera County. Kendall County, 16% of people of their area are without power. There are 1,759 people, 532% or 532 people in Kerr
County. Yep.
I'm still waking up. I just woke up 20 minutes ago, so bear with me.
If we have power back on at our house, we might be one of the 532. Might know my dad got cut off from Bandera Electric 3 o'clock yesterday, and then our house was about 4:30. So
12% of Bandera Electric customers in Kerr County are without power this morning. That's 532. 10% in Medina County. That's 1,771. and that's 190 people out. Let's go to the phone lines now and take this phone call. Phone lines are open, by the way, 830-895-8770. Mike FM, who's this?
This is Margo. I'm calling to see if there's going to be any store openings today. Walmart.
We don't have that information yet. As far as store openings, let's see if have you seen anything yet, JR?
No, I have not, and I have not checked HEB.com either. Sometimes they will post updates as well. And then I think that you can be able to go to the Kerrville. If you go to HEB.com or their Facebook page, they should have Kerrville, Bernie. Where are you calling from? What town? Kerrville.
Okay, from Kerrville.
Yeah, from
okay.
Kerrville. Okay, because I know they've been changing all over. Like yesterday, the main HEB in Kerrville was open, but the what we call the little one was not. But then all the meat got wiped out. So please don't hoard, in times like this for anybody that's listening. But we'll check on that. I know Mike's checking on that right now, and we'll also try to find out Bernie, Fredericksburg area as well.
And I don't see any information on here. I do know that a lot of people went to HEB at the same time yesterday and cleared out a lot of food that was there.
All the meat was gone. All the water was gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was no meat. There was no chicken, no beef. We were lucky to find a pork roast.
Also want to say good morning, JR and Mike.
Good morning.
Rolling. We are out and about right now, driving real slow. Want to tell people that ice is falling from the wires in the trees, so just be real careful if you are out because it's starting to melt and they're coming down.
And that can be dangerous as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Roland, you got your video camera out? What?
How are the roads like this morning, Roland? Okay.
And that's in town.
That's in town? What have you been out on the highways or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
in town, no matter what town, Kerrville, Bandera, Fredericksburg, in town,
It's
if they
always a little warmer,
It's going to
yeah.
be warmer because of the power, exactly.
Right.
But once you hit outside the lights of the town, forget about it right now. Just don't. But yeah, Roland, if he had his camera, I'll tell you what, that guy can video. Yeah. Oh,
You guys are out looking for water this morning?
Walmart did not open yesterday in Kerrville, so praying that if they open up, not everybody's going to hoard, and you might be able to find, what you need: toiletries, water, meat, stuff like that. So,
and we don't know if Walmart is going to open
we'll
up
find
yet.
out that
Yeah,
too.
we'll work on finding that out. So, well, thank you all for calling in this morning. We appreciate you.
yeah,
We'll do you
guys
too. Stay safe,
Thank
stay
you for
warm,
the
and
update.
stay strong. All right, so 830-895-8770. We'll do our best to answer any questions. We're only going to give out information that is confirmed, that it is that official, because that's all we have to give out. So
And you know what, Roland worked with him at the TV station years ago and everything.
Yeah.
That guy he has been out in weather like this to give pictures and video
reports
stuff
and that
like
kind of
that.
thing.
Yeah, so be safe, Roland and Margo,
and
everybody.
Walmart Kerrville.
Yeah, look at that. I'm gonna
Walmart
look up-
Kerrville has a Facebook page also that they're pretty good at updating. I don't know if you know that, but as of 14 hours ago, they made a Facebook post that said, let me pull this Facebook post up for you. They said, depending on water and staffing conditions, we plan to be open tomorrow with temporary hours of 9 a.m. to